Why are you still flaring on Humira, Rinvoq, and what is actually happening? Humira, then Remicade, then Entyvio, and now they're talking about Stelara or Rinvoq or surgery. If your doctor keeps switching your biologics and you are still flaring, I need you to understand something, because no one is saying this out loud. It is not that the medication has failed. It is not that you are too far gone. It is not that your case is just one of the unlucky difficult ones. Something is happening underneath all of that. Something nobody on the prescribing side is actually looking at. And once you see what it is, the whole pattern, the switching, the flaring, the why isn't this working, finally makes sense. In the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you or walk you through what is really happening when the biologic stops working in your body, and why your doctor keeps switching them all the time, and what your body has been trying to tell you this whole time. By the end of this video, you're going to understand the pattern underneath all of this, and once you see the pattern, you're not going to feel stuck anymore, because here is what your life looks like right now. Every 8 weeks the infusion, or every 2 weeks the injection, the waiting room, the blood work, the hope each time that this one will be the one that finally holds. And maybe it does for a few months, and then slowly you start noticing the urgency again, the blood again, the bathroom planning again, and you go back and they say, okay, let's try the next one. And nobody tells you what to do when you run out of the next ones, because ultimately it's the surgery. Before I go any further, I want to be very clear. Nothing in this video is medical advice, and nothing in here is me telling you to stop, change, or reduce any of your medication. Please never do that without the consent of your doctor. Ayurveda always works alongside your medical care, not instead of it. Hi, I'm Vanashree. I'm an Ayurvedic doctor, and in the last 13 years of my practice working specifically with people with UC and Crohn's, I've come from a family of physicians, both Ayurvedic and Western. Yes, biologics does save lives in acute flare, and they can be exactly what someone needs. But over the 13 years, I've seen the same pattern over and over again with patients whose biologics have stopped working, and there is a reason for it. Let me show you what. I'm going to walk you through 5 things. What biologics actually do, why they stop working, what your body is doing while you're on them, and the piece that almost no one addresses, and what you can actually do about it even while you stay on your medication. Now let's dive right into it. Point number 1, what biologics actually do and what they don't do in your body. Let's start here, because I think this is where the confusion truly begins. Biologics like Humira, Remicade, Entyvio, Stelara, all of them are inflammation suppressors. That is their job. They go in and they tell your immune system to calm down, stop attacking the gut lining. They are very, very good at what they do. But notice what that sentence does not include. It does not include figure out why the immune system was attacking in the first place. It does not identify what is feeding that inflammation every single day. It does not include rebuilding the gut. The biologic suppresses the smoke. Nobody on the prescribing side is asking what is producing the smoke in the first place. Biologics manage the fire. They were never designed to find what is lighting it. And this is not a critique of your doctor, okay? This is the design of a system. A gastroenterologist's job in this model is to suppress the inflammation and prevent damage to your gut lining. That is their lane, and they do it amazingly well. The lane that asks you why specifically that keeps producing inflammation, that is a totally different lane. It is not the appointment. It is not the blood work. Nobody is mad about that, and it is just true. Imagine a fire alarm going off in your house. The fire department comes, sprays the smoke, and leaves. The alarm is off, the smoke is gone, but if nobody checks the wiring in the wall, the spark is still there. And if in a few weeks the alarm goes off again, you can call the fire department again and again. They'll keep showing up over and over. They will keep doing their job, but the wiring never gets fixed. That is the biologic cycle. Your body is the house. The fire department keeps showing up. Nobody is checking the wire, which leads directly to the second thing. The reason your biologic eventually stops working in the first place, because Humira works for 2 years and all of a sudden it stopped, or Remicade for 8 years or 8 months and people assume their disease got worse, that is not actually what is happening. Two things are going on here. One, your body can build antibodies against the biologic itself. It starts to recognize the drug as foreign and neutralize it. The drug is still going on. Your body is just deactivating it. Two, the biologic was suppressing inflammation, the root cause was never touched. So, the underlying drive to inflame just kept getting stronger quietly in the background. Eventually, it pushes through the suppression. The biologic isn't strong enough anymore because the fire underneath got bigger while no one was looking at it. The biologic didn't stop working. The thing it was holding back got bigger because no one ever turned it off. Almost every patient I work with who is on their third or fourth biologic tells me the same story. The first one worked great. The second one took longer to kick in and didn't last as long. The third one barely helped. They blame themselves. They think they're getting worse, that they are running out of options. But what is actually happening is the underlying inflammation has been quietly building this entire time. The biologic was suppressing the symptom. Nothing was addressing the root cause. And this is what we need to look at. Think of it like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. Right? At first it is easy. You can hold it there with one hand, but the ball keeps pushing up. Then you use two hands. Then you have to lean your whole body against it. Eventually, no amount of effort holds it down anymore and it explodes to the surface. The biologic is your hand on the ball. The inflammation is the actual ball. Every flare, the ball is getting pushed harder. And this leads to the third thing, what your body has actually been doing this whole time while everyone was focused on the medication. If this is the first time anyone has explained medication cycle to you this way, do me a favor and subscribe. I make a new video every week all about understanding what is actually going on with UC and Crohn's, the stuff that nobody will tell you ever. Okay, so let's get back to it. What your body is doing underneath is what we are going to look into deeper. Here is what almost no one talks about. While the biologic is suppressing your inflammation, what does your body actually need to be doing to heal? It needs to rebuild the gut lining. It needs to regulate the immune response. It needs to clear the toxic residue that Ayurveda calls as ama. That is this undigested sticky residue from your food that your digestive fire could not process. It needs to bring the digestive fire or Agni back to a functional state. None of that happens automatically just because the inflammation is suppressed. It's like a band-aid. In fact, when nothing else changes, same food that does not match your type, same weak fire, same stress, your body has less and less capacity to rebuild it. Even while you're on the drug, the medication holds back the symptom, but the body underneath is still drowning. Suppressing inflammation is not the same as healing the gut. Your body knows the difference, even if the blood work does not. This is why I have patients who are practically in remission on paper, but their inflammation markers are down. Their scope looks better and they still feel terrible. They feel bloated, fatigued, anxious. Their gut is calmer because the drug is holding it calm, but they're not well. They don't feel balanced. They're managed. There's a real big difference between managed and being well. And most of the patients can feel it in their body, even when their chart doesn't show it. So, when you ask yourself, why am I still flaring even on the medication? The answer is because suppressing fire and putting out the fire are two completely different things. And nothing has been putting it out. It is just suppressing. And this brings us to the fourth thing. The piece that no one is addressing on a biologic or off one, your unique gut type or your digestive fire has never been assessed. In Ayurveda, two people with same exact diagnosis on paper can have completely different fires driving underneath. One person's UC can be hot, fast, burning. Another person's Crohn's is cold, sluggish, irregular. Same disease label, totally different root. And if nobody ever looked at which type you are, then every single food choice you have been making, every protocol you have been following, it has to be generic, built for everyone, built for no one. And generic protocols on top of an unaddressed root cause is why exactly your biologic is losing ground. Your medication can't ask what type of gut you have, your food, your lifestyle, your stress. That is something that we need to look at. And here is what I see again and again. When my patients finally have their type identified, when we actually match the food and lifestyle and the daily routine to their body type, then inflammation has somewhere else to go besides building underneath the drug. It actually settles. Not just gets suppressed, it settles. Their flares space out. Sometimes, and please always work with your doctor on this, never make the decision alone. Sometimes their medical team is the one that brings up reducing the medication because the underlying picture has changed. Imagine you're bailing water out of a boat with a hole in the bottom. The biologic is truly the bucket. It is great. It bails water fast. But until something patches the hole, you bail forever. The boat fills faster and then you can bail, and eventually the bucket isn't enough. Addressing your gut type and your fire that is patching the hole is crucial. You can still keep the bucket, but now you're not bailing forever. Which brings us to the fifth and the most important thing. What you can actually start to do even while you stay on your medication. Here is the order that I would want you to do. First, get clear on your digestive type, your constitution, and your gut type. Without that, every food choice is a guess. Second, start matching your food with your digestive fire. Warm, easy to digest, simple food while your gut is inflamed, not whatever the latest internet trend is. Third, calm your nervous system. Even with just 10 to 15 minutes a day, your gut is listening to your nervous system more than it's listening to your meals, more than what you eat. These three things alongside your medication, you're no longer just suppressing, you're actually starting to rebuild your gut. The biologic is buying you time. The real question is, what are you doing with that time? So here is what I want you to do tonight. Just one simple thing. Get a piece of paper, write down every medication and biologic you have been on for UC or Crohn's. Just list them, whether it is Humira, Remicade, Stelara, rounds of prednisone, all of it. And next to each one of them, write down how long it worked and when did it stop working. Look at that list. The list is not proof you're a hopeless case. That list is proof that nothing was addressing the root cause. The medications were doing their job phenomenally well. Something else was missing the whole time in this picture. And then write one sentence underneath. What have I never actually assessed or addressed, and finish it. Your gut type, your digestive fire, and your nervous system. Your daily food matched to your body. Whatever it is for you. That one sentence is your starting point. If your biologic has stopped working or it is starting to lose its grip, please do not take this as a proof that you're running out of options. Take it as your body telling you what it has been trying to tell you the whole time. The medication has been doing the part of the work it was designed to do. There is another part of the work that was always going to be yours, and nobody told you about it, that it even existed. You are not failing. The system is just incomplete. And now you know what the missing piece is. So use it to the fullest. Now in the next video, I'm taking on something that has probably cost you a small fortune already. Probiotics. Why almost every probiotic on the market does not work the way it is advertised for UC or Crohn's. And the one thing that has happened before any of them can even help you. If your supplement cabinet is full and your gut isn't still better, that is the next one to watch.